Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. What is in the latest news? Well, it is not a rumor anymore that $1,400 check from the government will now go to every American, SSI and SSDI included. I am certain every eligible person heard this right. So just stay tuned till the end of this video while I dissect and break everything you need to know about these checks, such as who qualifies, when they're coming, and exactly how much you'll actually receive from them. So without wasting any time, let's get into the details very quickly. The Federal Reserve has recently put that final notice in front of many Americans with relief and thrill. After all these months of uncertainty and speculation, the reality is that another round of stimulus payments is in the pipeline, and they are expected to be large amounts this time. The payment amount is set to $1,400 for each individual, and this time it has not been confined to adults only or families who file taxes. Even individuals living alone to families, and including those who receive such aid from government assistance programs like SSI and SSDI, will be included in this round. So what is the reason for this particular stimulus check at this moment? By now, we all know things can be highly tough outside, with the economy struggling with inflation, rising costs of living, and not full financial stability for many households. The Federal Reserve is striving hard to ensure that all these challenges are addressed and the economy stabilizes, making this process of issuing stimulus checks part of the broader idea of direct relief to as many people as possible to help pay for their daily expenses, be it rent or groceries or anything medical, during such unpredictable times. If you've been wondering whether you would qualify for the $1,400 stimulus payment, here is the great news. Most Americans will truly get qualified. According to the latest announcement, all individual taxpayers who filed their taxes in the last year or were benefited with SSI and SSD will be the ones eligible for this stimulus check. If you are married and filed jointly, you won't be left out either. Married couples will receive a total of $2,800, which is $1,400 per person. And if you have dependents, each qualifying child or dependent will add an additional $1,400 to the total amount you receive. For this group, it is especially significant as this round of stimulus checks did not specifically leave out persons under SSI or SSDI, unlike the previous checks, where most of them had to wait for long periods or were left out completely. The new law has addressed this loophole in particular, guaranteeing that everyone who depends on Social Security payments gets their just due, no matter what tax status they file. Now let's discuss the details of how much you'll get. As an individual, you get a one-time payment of $1,400, a substantial amount considering the financial struggles many Americans are currently going through. For couples who are married, the payment is doubled to a sum of $2,800. And if you have children or other dependents, you will get an additional $1,400 for each of them. For example, for a family of 4, that sum could be as high as $5,600, a huge windfall for families that have been hit particularly hard by the economic impact of the pandemic and increased inflation. The timing, too, has been confirmed by the Federal Reserve, with payments beginning to emerge in the coming weeks. The payments will go out in the first batch by direct deposit. So if you've already enrolled in direct deposit with the IRS, you could receive your payment as early as next month. If you haven't enrolled in direct deposit, don't worry. Paper checks and debit cards will also be issued and mailed out in batches over the next few months, based on your bank's processing times. While it may take a few weeks for the money to show up in your account, the point is that the money is arriving soon. For paper check recipients, make sure to keep an eye on your mail, particularly in March when the checks will be mailed out in waves. If you don't see your payment at the end of April, you should contact the IRS or see if your payment has been made by using their online portal. You may also be curious about how to handle this money once it arrives in your bank account. If you are having trouble covering your basic needs, it is important to cover your short-term financial requirements. This cash can be a lifesaver in paying long-due bills, purchasing groceries, or for medical care. On the contrary, if you're in a fairly stable financial situation, you might want to use this check to support or establish an emergency fund. Creating a savings buffer for surprise costs not only brings immediate help, but also ensures your own financial security. Moreover, applying the money to debt repayment might even enhance your personal financial security. It's worth noting that the $1,400 stimulus check is not entirely about bringing immediate assistance. It is also a component of an overall economic policy aimed at stimulating the overall economy. By putting money directly into the pockets of consumers, the government is hoping that when Americans spend these funds, whether on consumption, investment, or small business, there will be a beneficial ripple effect on local economies and job growth. This way, by investing the stimulus checks judiciously, you're not just taking care of yourself, but also assisting in the revival of your neighborhood and the country at large. The government's action to provide these checks conveys a loud message that it understands the financial hardships many are going through, whether due to increasing prices of common necessities like food and gasoline, or higher bills like medical expenses and housing. This program aims to alleviate the struggles of individuals who live check to check and is an essential move towards aid in these economic times. As you think about this news, you may want to consider assessing your own financial conditions. If you require immediate assistance with urgent bills or can utilize this infusion to build a greater sense of stability in the long run, this payment can do it. And if you happen to know someone that could use this information, then please share this video with them. The more everyone knows about these stimulus payments, the better we'll all be prepared for these rough economic times. Remember, if you have any questions or need additional clarification on what we can look forward to next regarding financial assistance, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I'm here to assist you through the process and guarantee that you will receive the care you deserve. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any important news in the weeks to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.